PROVYS supports the entire life cycle of the purchase process. Its simplified form is captured in these 7 steps. At first, we register the planned contracts in PROVYS and fill all the costs associated with the broadcasting. To reveal whether the contract is beneficial or not, we further calculate the estimated revenues and compare them with the expected costs. If the result is in favor of the acquisition, we sign the contract. By deploying the title according to the purchase rights, we try to maximize the revenue. Finally, we compare the actual costs with the real revenues by the profit and loss report. Later in this video, we focus on and demonstrate PROVYS's benchmarking tool that can help you make decisions before closing the contract. Here we have a list of contracts that are distinguished according to their status. In this case, the contract status is new, since it has not been signed yet, but all purchased conditions, including prices, have already been put in PROVYS. The system automatically generates all the runs on the linear channel. To calculate the estimated revenue, we have to define the channel, the period, and the approximate time when this title will be scheduled for each run. It allows us to calculate the TRP, which is a pretty accurate viewership of each title, computed from the imported estimated ratings. It fundamentally affects the ad's revenue. However, TRP is not the only variable needed to set the estimated revenues. Let's see how PROVYS handles this issue via a highly parametrizable formula. PROVYS uses 3 default values for the calculation: target rating point, sold out rate, and CB index. TRP, the overall title viewership that we just mentioned. SRO is the coefficient of the ad sold out, and CB index is commonly a constant number that indicates the ratio of commercial time per hour. These parameters can be imported to PROVYS, typically for months or a year ahead. Nevertheless, we can still change or delete this imported data. And yet, this formula can also be adjusted and extended by other indicators according to our specific needs. Most typically, the season index and the average discount, etc. are added. For nonlinear platforms, the estimated revenue calculation depends on the distribution model and can also be parametrized. Estimated revenues from across all platforms are aggregated, and the system computes the entire gain from the contract. Then, an Excel file report compares gains with costs for each title and also adds the gross profit margin. To sum it up, we have just showed with one specific title how to make the revenue estimation based on possible transmission and compare it with the expected cost. Furthermore, PROVYS fully supports the automatic imports of all indicators, both standard as well as user unique, so you can set your very own calculation. Decide on a purchase based on clear numbers and get your money's worth.